Have you had an experience of physical mediumship? Sometimes you might think of it as poltergeist activity. More often than not, it is just spirit trying to get your attention. I'll share an example of this week's activity in our house. Now let me say, our house has a lot of crazy things happening in it, and not every house is like our house, which is probably pretty good for everyone. So I initially thought our doorbell needed new batteries, or was somehow switched frequencies to a frequency of a doorbell close by. But on investigation I realised that wasn't what had transpired. What was happening on two occasions, and it appears that it was my grandfather getting our attention, that our doorbell would ring at obscure times of night. So one time it was around 2 o'clock in the morning, and the doorbell was not ringing on its normal tune that it was preset to when tested or prior to the event occurring. It was ringing on a really random, unusual frequency that I haven't been able to replicate. And the other time it happened early hours of the evening. So he's a bit of a trickster, my father's father, and he loves to play jokes in our house, and he loves doing physical mediumship. Doesn't normally play with the doorbell though, this is something new, but he would ring the doorbell to get my attention on these two occasions this week. Now I know because who it is, it's nothing to be concerned about, and it was more annoying rather than anything else. But it is ways that spirit get our attention, which is to interlude, to use, to interfere, to take control, whatever word you want to use. But they use electronics or things that have energy going through them to make them work or operate to get our attention when they shouldn't normally be operating, or operating in a way that they don't normally operate in, or that are designed to operate in. For example, lights turning on when they were turned off, other things working when they're turned off or there's no power going to them, or operating, as I said, this doorbell ringing with a frequency and a tone that it's not set to and never done before, in hours that no one would normally be ringing the doorbell, as in the middle of the night. And as I said to you, because I am the skeptic, I will go and double check everything. So I made sure that it wasn't faulty. So if you've had any experiences like that, put them in the comments and share them. But I just wanted to bring this up to you because I know quite often when we have physical mediumship occur in our house, we get quite frightened. But when we sit with it and explore it a little bit further, more often than not, it's nothing to be scared of. It's just a loved one trying to get our attention, and maybe we have been ignoring them or not seeing their other ways that they've been trying to get our attention, so they're just ramping it up. Unless there's someone like my grandfather, which just loves to drive me mad and thinks it's hilarious. So unless you've got someone in spirit like him, which I sort of hope you don't, because it can be a little bit too much, but if you have, run with it, enjoy their energy. But please don't think that every physical mediumship experience is something to be frightened of, and sit with it and explore it and analyze it and just feel into it, whether it is something to be concerned about, that it is a poltergeist, or is it more, it is just someone in spirit, a loved one, using our world to get our attention.